All right. Bloodville, Tennessee. Are you guys ready for tonight's main event? Hey, those boys been back there all night long. One more time. You guys ready for your main event? Well, then here we go. Your main event tonight will be in the lightweight division, brought to you by the official after party of Valor Fights at Hog Wild Saloon. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome, fighting out of the Hog's red corner, Stephen New.
Here comes Stephen New, Tyler. He's mainly, I think, at Team Bushido. And the thing with Stephen is he comes out, they've got a Showtime chant going, and watch the intensity. He's much like JSP, and coming out really, really super intense. So,
yeah, he fights with a lot of intensity.
Yeah.
I mean, man, we saw him, beat Josh Cate, recently, and Josh Cate's a tough fighter. When he came out, he looked great in that fight. He's, we've talked about his ground. He's amazing on the ground, but he's really fairly well-rounded. Dustin obviously has the stand-up advantage, but we don't know how much Steven's been working on that.
Yep. I guess Steven is more of Team Gamma, and I guess both Team Gamma and Team Bushido as well. This is an incredibly tough fight. Steven's a bigger dude too. Dustin's strong. You can't sleep on Dustin, man, and you can't sleep on the size. If Dustin does go to the ground with Steven, I think that Dustin definitely has the submission advantage and definitely has the striking advantage. Really, the biggest the biggest advantage I'll give to Steven is the intensity and as well as the wrestling. Steven getting his last drink and saying goodbye to his teammates and his friends. About to get oiled up and Vaselined up. And
it's always a real interesting time, for me at least. Like, this is, the fight before mine, I'm fairly calm. Nothing's really.
Yeah.
It's this moment right here where I always realize, wow.
Yeah.
Like how did I get here?
Yeah,
why?
I feel you there.
It's an exciting.
That normally happens to me about 4 or 5 fights before mine. I'm really right before I walk out, before I get seen by the crowd, I'm absolutely horrified. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared to death. I'm nervous. There's 1,000 things going on in your mind. But what gets me is when I see them lights, it all goes out, and I know that I'm gonna win. So everybody's different, man. And Steven's game, man. And here goes Cody Gwynn to announce Dustin.
Now, please welcome his opponent, fighting out of the OEB blue corner, Dustin Walden.
Dustin Walden about to walk out, and you will see the 9/11 Memorial Jason ski mask when he comes out with a red, white, and blue big America, hashtag America coming out. And again, my voice is starting to crack and I'm starting to shake and get cold chills because not only is my coach walking out, but also one of my best friends. And look at him coming out. He's pumped.
That intensity, man.
I love it.
He's excited, man. All day today, he's just been smiling.
He feels great. He
so
feels
excited.
great. He's put in such a hard camp. He's had to, go through such a hard camp, and it's about to pay off for him. And here's the tale of the tape: Stephen New 4-1, Dustin Walden 8-3 in the 1-0 contest we mentioned. Dustin Walden is 6 years older, and both of these really, 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 really big. They're supposed to be the fight was supposed to be at 45, and now it got moved up to 50, and I think now it's at 55. So both these guys are tall 55ers. I'll go into about a little bit more about that in a second, but basically everything's pretty much identical on there. And here's the thing: is what happened was Stephen called and said he had a doctor's note, and Stephen called and said he had a doctor's note to be able to not cut more weight, and that's why they agreed to 55. So, interesting contrast. Dustin is fired up, though.
Yeah, man, he's excited.
And part of that is because Dustin cut all that way. I mean, he got all the way down and then found out
Yeah.
it wasn't happening at that. So.
Ooh, here we go, boys. Steven, look, to me, Steven is not the same Steven I normally see out there. I don't know if Steven could possibly be scared, but Steven's normally staring down his opponents with a death look, kind of like JP does. And now it's kind of, he wouldn't look at Dustin yesterday at weigh-ins, and now Dustin is pacing back and forth wanting him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds in the Valor Professional Lightweight Division. When the action begins, your referee for this bout will be Jimmy Neely. Bloodville, Tennessee, are you ready? Introducing first, fighting out of the Hogs red corner. Tonight he enters the cage with a record with 4 wins and only 1 defeat. He weighed in 155 pounds. Fighting out of Greenville, Tennessee, and representing Gamma, Showtime, Steven New. Standing across the cage, fighting out of the OEB blue corner. Tonight he enters the cage with a record of 8 wins, 3 losses, and 1 no contest. He weighed in 155 pounds. Fighting out of Johnson City, Tennessee, and representing the Evil MMA, Dustin Diablo Walden.
Steven New in the Valtudo black shorts and Dustin Long in the long trunks with the black and white. And this is a very interesting matchup, and I am nervous to be along with Tyler Mitten here.
Yeah.
And Casey has stepped over to corner Dustin. No touch of gloves coming from Steven. Dustin is very, got Caleb Cup, Casey Oxenine. And
nice uppercut right off the bat.
Yeah,
by
Steven's
Dustin.
going to want to wrestle. Steven wants no fudge. Good job for Steven to get on top of Dustin right there.
Looked like a trip from Dustin there, kind of lost footing.
Watch the triangle right here come from Dustin Walden. He has a very good triangle, very good arm bar.
Steven does really good. Steven's very hard to submit though, man.
Dustin showing very good guard recovery. Sorry, I'm kind of more watching than I am talking. But you know, Dustin's got very good. Steven's doing a very good job at defense.
Yeah, man. Steven's very hard to submit. Dustin's got a very active guard.
Watch the triangle. He's got it up. He's going to get the hand. Steven's going to try to pull out of it.
One thing about these guys, you're not going to see. You know, it's not going to be boring on the ground. You know, a lot of times people complain that these kind of fights are boring.
Dustin's got a cut over his left eye. I just saw that happen.
Steven trying to control one arm and rain down with the other. Dustin looking to control the biceps, though, controlling the head.
Nice arm bar, triangle attempt again from. Nope. Steven, very good defense. Don't give your back up, Dustin. Steven, very good on the ground here, man. He's really surprising. He's really showing a lot of grit and a lot of
control looks great.
Yeah, control.
Not rushing, looking for a back here.
Dustin's very hard to have his back taken. Not only just have his back taken, but also to get a rear naked choke. Now Dustin's about to be on top. He's got a head and arm choke
here.
Dustin will. This is a very bad spot for Dustin to be in right here. Steven's putting a lot of pressure. Yeah, Dustin's
there
out.
We go.
Beautiful
Good
job.
for Dustin.
Dustin's cut over the left eye right there, as we talked about. Beautiful take. I very rarely get that, and that's my best submission is my head and arm, and I very rarely get that submission on Dustin. Triangle, there it is. Nope, and Steven's out of it again. He needs to switch the arm bar there is what Dustin needs to do. And here Dustin's got the left underhook. Now he's got to do is come up. He's got the underhook. And watch Steven looking for the darce. Underhook, go.
Dustin keeping a good job of keeping his hips back.
Yep. Dustin looks like he's got his hand maybe trapped. I think maybe crucifixed. Dustin get his guard back, and he's still working for that triangle. He's doing a great job at it. Nice little back elbow there from Walden. Steven doing a great job at controlling and landing punches too. And not only landing punches, but also working for submissions as well.
Yeah, he's punching and moving. He's going to pass the guard immediately.
So Dustin on his back here. He needs to get unhooked and he's about to be mounted. This is where Dustin sometimes struggles right here, is with the mount. But I think that he can push on the knee and get Steven off the top of him. He's got to watch the arm bar.
Steven New looking for an arm bar here.
Yeah, nasty elbow there from Dustin.
Big shots.
Watch the arm bar. He's setting up the arm bar still.
Short elbows by Steven here.
Yeah, Steven's doing
they're not
good
heavy,
job.
But it's a war of attrition. You know, those things add up.
Steven's doing a very, very good job right here of controlling Dustin. It's hard to watch your teammate in a bad spot right here, but watch Dustin's flexibility is insane right there. He's a push on the hips and get up. Got a minute left.
Steven New, he has been in dominant control. Looking possibly to advance to a triangle.
Watch for the triangle. Beautiful jiu-jitsu from Steven New.
Dustin lacing the leg.
Yeah, he's
lacing
about to
the
be
upper
out.
body finally.
That's a good
Out the bottom.
way
Into
for
a
Dustin
triangle
to
of his
straight
own.
into a triangle.
Steven
Beautiful
New
pass.
really good at defending the
Good
triangle
pass
choke.
by
We've seen it.
Steven.
Yeah. Beautiful pass again from Steven.
Over
Dustin
the
has to
side.
get a right underhook and work his way up. He's got to quit giving his back up to Steven. I mean, Steven is putting it on Dustin this round. This is a huge round for Steven.
Yes. What is it taken out of Diablo?
He's having to fight the entire time, Casey. I mean, he's in a fight. Steven is showing a lot better skill than what I thought he had.
Yeah,
to be quite
and as
frank.
we said, they've stayed moving. You know, there's not really been a boring moment on the ground. Constant transitions, constant submission. I mean, submission attempts. See some last-minute elbows here.
Ooh. Heck of a first round there from Dustin Walden.
Dustin Walden back up to his feet faster than Steven New.
He's in shape. Dustin is in shape. If we can say one thing about Dustin, and Dustin is not going to like that stool. Well, I could be wrong. Dustin normally does not sit on the stool. He took caught the cut from his eye was from a right hand that just kind of glanced his eye. He didn't get hit with an elbow or anything like that.
In my opinion, with Dustin,
here's a replay real fast.
Nice elbows there by Steven New.
Yeah.
Big shots. Dustin, Steven New very aggressive with his guard passing throughout the fight, using the cross knee and that sort of thing. With one thing we've seen with Dustin is that when he locks down the guard, it's hard to open it up. If he closes that guard down and keeps it, it's going to force Steven to work harder.
He just needs he needs to push on the hips with his heels and stand up.
But when Steven raises up over him, that's when he takes that moment to up kick and work his game. I'll say this already, a tremendous bout.
Yeah, man. This
Dustin definitely looks in still great to be conditioned. Steven is over there breathing pretty hard.
Well, the question's going to be, can he get the takedown again? Can he close the takedown again? Dustin on his toes.
The takedown didn't come. He didn't get a takedown. Steven didn't get, he failed.
That's right. Yep, Dustin fell.
And now he's back on his back again.
Dustin open guard. Steven will look to pass.
Lock that guard up, Dustin. Now lock that down. Nice. Now bicep control. Let's go. Get up. Wall lock. Dustin, keep
Little
that
brief
guard close until we want
moment of
the
action here of kind of Dustin kind of tying him up.
Till we want it, okay?
Dustin will keep fighting for that triangle the entire time. And a beautiful pass there from Steven when Dustin went for the guillotine. This is not where Dustin does not want to be mounted again right here. This is not where he wants to be this early
Steven
in the
going
fight.
for a choke here.
Steven is about to take the back.
It's like an S.
Looking for the triangle. Now Dustin Walden
Good
on
spot for
top.
Dustin.
This
For
is
the
not where
first time in
Steven
this
wants
fight.
to be now. Steven.
The question is,
What's
if
the arm
Dustin
bar?
is getting tired,
What's the arm
does
bar?
he need to, does he want to play inside the guard?
He shouldn't, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think if I was in his corner right now, I'd be telling him to posture.
and honestly,
the risk versus reward is just not there. For me.
He should take a few seconds to rest right here, recuperate from what's had happen to him with a couple mounts.
And one thing I would note is to possibly take
What's
the
the
foot of
armbar
Stephen
again?
New and clip it inside the hip,
What's
so
the armbar
it
again?
takes away the submission.
So that, yeah.
And Dustin Walden counters that armbar attack with an elbow, and Dustin looking for a pass of his own.
Yeah. Dustin's extremely hard to triangle, and he's passing to your left. No.
Oh,
wow.
no. That is a triangle on the part of Stephen New. Not a good spot for Dustin Walden here.
Go to his left. Needs to go to his left. Left knee up and go to your left. Dustin, stand. Stand left knee hard. Only 3 people in the corner.
I'm talking to him.
Dustin, left knee hard.
Bad position here.
And Stephen could possibly burn
Stephen
out his
pulling
legs right
hard.
here.
Posture up. Up, 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 up. Left knee
Dustin
up,
looking to
left knee
posture
up.
here.
Left
Yep.
knee.
Stephen
Stephen brings him back down. Good
You know,
job
he's
by
in a
Stephen.
spot. He's possibly defending. Now that's not a good angle
no,
there
it's very
for
bad
Dustin Walden, and
No
he
way.
gets the submission.
Wow.
Armbar.
Stephen New wins.
Very, very impressive victory there for Stephen New.
Yes.
That was probably the best Stephen New I've seen.
Yes, what a fight.
Wow. I'm really in utter shock right now, just to be honest. Stephen done exactly what Stephen needed to do and got the victory.
Yeah, he used the grappling and the pressure. But, you know, again, you know, props to seeing Dustin Diablo Walden back out here doing it. You know, the fans love him, as do the fans love Stephen New. They came out in hordes to see him. What a fight.
Yeah, it was a great main event. I mean, great main event by the promotion to put on.
That was a incredible victory there from Stephen Showtime New. He came out there and he implemented a perfect game plan and put the pressure on Dustin. And he really surprised me, honestly, with his jiu-jitsu. But not only his jiu-jitsu, but mainly the biggest thing he surprised me with is his cardio. You know, something Stephen's not really been known great for is his cardio. And he went out there and he done a phenomenal job.
He was completely relentless. Never really stopped.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jimmy D. Leoscott has stopped this fight. 2 minutes, 22 seconds in the second round. Your winner by submission via triangle with an armbar. Showtime! Stephen New!
An impressive victory from Stephen New. I give the kid props where props are due, man. It's a beautiful fight. Stevens not only took out, you know, Josh Cate, but now he's also taking out Dustin Walden, and you know the kid's growing as a fighter. There's nothing that Dustin should be worried about, and he's done a great job.
All right, I'm here with your winner, Stephen New. Stephen, that was a huge win tonight. Talk a little bit about your training leading up to such a big event.
I was trying to get in the gym as much as possible, you know, more than usual. I mean, Josh Cate was definitely the toughest guy I fought until now. And so, I mean, thankfully I had that fight with Cate to push me, but then Walden, you know, I knew he was on a complete different level. I mean, everybody was saying it, and I still do believe it, you know. I was just better tonight, and thankfully his level made me push to get to that level, to reach it.
Well, after such a big win tonight, what should we expect to see from you next?
Anytime, whenever it's showtime, I'll be in the cage, that's all.
Is there anybody tonight you would like to thank?
I want to thank the guys who helped me, Impact Custom Mouth Guards, Ren Durst, Warpath, all my friends, my family members, down at Gamma, you know, you go in there, your family, Prosciutto, they welcome me with open arms, you know, just like family. Like they don't say it's not a team, it's a family. They really do treat you like that. And then, of course, you know, had a rough year, but thankfully my wife and everything, I got to thank her for, you know, helping me with this weight cut, sticking through, and most importantly, God, you know, it wasn't me, it was his talent that he put in me.
Well, congratulations again, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen New.
All right, guys, hats off to Stephen tonight. He definitely brought his A game. I knew he would. I just thought my A game was a little better, but I really don't feel like I was on my top game tonight. And if anybody's even listening, I don't even know, but I've been doing this for like 12 years now, and it's there's other ventures in my life that I want to go back and work on, and getting in here and getting beat up isn't necessarily one of them. But thanks to all my teammates and everybody over the years that supported me, my coaches, and I never say never, but this will probably be the last time I get into a cage as a competitor. So thank you all for supporting me. Thank you, Dim, for giving me the opportunity to shine, which didn't shine too bright tonight, but thanks again, everybody. I appreciate it. I love you all.